Yeah, I felt that. I mean, I've never been so anxious. I've never been so emotionally invested. And I just could not imagine a future, Mike, where the status quo remained. I just couldn't. And it was, and I thought about it, even from Trump's perspective. And, you know, this is a guy who had no choice but to win. Although he wasn't playing it like that. But I agree, like he would have been, and so many other people would have been in prison for the rest of their lives. And I still had to pinch myself that it actually happened because it felt too good to be true. It felt like one of those movies where the good guys win in the end, and you're like, wow, is this actually going to happen? And it's a great thing, and I'm glad we celebrated it. I felt really good for many days, and that doesn't happen very often. But now I see the pushback, and I see the articles on the front page of the New York Times, Tulsi Gabbard, a favorite Russian asset. I was like, come on, I can't believe they're playing this again. Obviously Gates and the headlines, and it's just back to the same old games that still 40-50% of the American public doesn't know the game. And so I can see now the pushback, and now I can see what you said. It's still the title fight is happening. What can people do out there if they want to be aware of this, and how can they keep pushing this narrative forward? Obviously they voted, but is the best way to stay informed, to push these narratives on social, to call and write their congressmen and senators and hold these Republican members accountable? Because just because they're Republican doesn't mean they're on Team Trump. Just because Trump helped them get elected doesn't mean they're on Team Trump anymore, does it?
The best thing you can do is get a premium account subscription on X. The fact is, it's something like $8 a month. You're supporting a good cause, which is the most robust political thought leadership network ever created. And it's run by, a guy who has frankly put the whole country on his back, Elon Musk, not just with the financial support to the campaign, not just with freeing X from, again, the clutches of near total free speech death in this country, but also hit the ground running. This is someone who spent weeks in the trench warfare in Pennsylvania, who put every fiber of his being, who risked everything, who stood up to the advertisers in a way that Mark Zuckerberg, who I think actually does share very similar ideological and philosophical strains with Elon in terms of a kind of soft libertarian philosophy about the role of government and private markets. We know that Mark Zuckerberg felt incredibly pressured and coerced by the Biden administration, but did not have the chutzpah to be able to publicly challenge him for years. That is the Biden-Harris, to challenge the Biden-Harris White House. A guy who had talked about how censorship was bad in 2019, and then he got hit with an ad boycott that cost him $60 billion in market cap, and then he folded like a lawn chair. And when that happened to Elon, I vividly remember that interview that he did, the same one where he gave the double barrel middle fingers to the advertisers saying GFY. He was asked, what will you do if X goes bankrupt? What will you do if the advertisers, your approach to the advertisers saying GFY to them, what if that ends up killing X? What if that bankrupts your company? And his response to that was not, well, then we'll crawl back, we'll negotiate. It was, the world will watch. I mean, he literally, put himself up on the cross that way. And the fact is it's not for lack of threats to his personhood. You've had 11 different government agencies under the Biden administration go after him personally, go after every portfolio company. You had the Justice Department, you had the FTC, you had the FCC, you had the SEC. Every death by 1,000 paper cuts they could do to Elon, they tried. And if Kamala had won that election, do you think Merrick Garland, who was comfortable putting Trump in prison for the rest of his life, would have any qualms about running that same operation against Elon Musk? There's no shame. There's no shame to these people. It's raw political power calculus, and they would have had the ability to get away with it. And who on the world stage would have stopped them? Keir Starmer's government in UK, it would have been the front page of Fleet Street that this is, in furtherance of democracy, that they've taken down probably the biggest guardian for free speech in the history of mankind at this point, Elon Musk. So, the fact is this was a team effort. The fact is there was an institutional last minute to the rescue that came in support of making our country great again. It was Elon Musk. It was Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, who at the last minute sent a very, very powerful signal to all the other media owners that, you know what, we're actually going to renegotiate our posture about being totally supplicant to the blob. Actually, I seem to remember we call ourselves independent media. Maybe we shouldn't issue an endorsement this year. You had the support from Bill Ackman on the activist investor side. You had the support of David Sachs and Chamath from the Silicon Valley side. You have a new web of institutional hubs at the educational level here in the U.S. through Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott and what they're doing in Florida and Texas. You had the ability for citizen journalism to flourish again, which, again, I say if there's one thing that you can do, you become a journalist. You own a newspaper company, effectively, the moment you have a subscription account on X and you have the full panoply of features there. You are doing, it is not a, tax deductible, charity donation, but you are helping a good cause by capitalizing the motor engine of free speech in the world today, and you yourself become a journalist every time you hit the retweet button.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.